So something like that. Okay. Hi, and welcome back to another Minecraft stream. And today, hopefully, we'll be finishing the outside of our haunted house. If you've been with us last time, we decorated the front of it. And give it a second, everything should load. So we decorated like the front of the house, and then we put decorations on the lawn. We do have the one back section left to do. So we'll take it from there. With any luck, we'll also get started on the inside tonight, but I'll have to see how much time we have. Unfortunately, Tuesday nights I don't have a long time to stream, but I'd like to get at least 2 streams in a week. So I'll be streaming like Tuesday nights around 11. It depends it depends a lot on my dog, Benson, how quickly he decides to take care of business. So as I said, right in here, I've just added some walls to the basement. Back here, I was trying something to put like a little chamber room or little prison back here, but I don't know if that's going to work out. So we'll leave that for another video. So we're going to sneak out of our house now. So it kind of looks like, it did collapse a little bit. I don't know, maybe a giant earthquake or some horrible experiment that went wrong. And as you can remember, here is our swamp, or actually our toxic waste pool. But I kind of decided I wanted to do something else with this. So I kind of would like to make it look like it's coming from the house into the pool. So we're going to give it a little entrance, like maybe like right about there. I am going to go down to, well, let's see how I like it. Because I was going to do it too deep and use copper, but I think I'm going to use a copper trapdoor. So let's use the exposed copper trapdoor. We'll just clear out my inventory real quick. And we'll also pick up a slime block while we're in here. Go. Drop that in there. And we'll just do a quick test on a couple to see what it looks like. Interesting. Let's try one with the copper. Not Cooper. Copper. Just to see which design looks better. As much as I like the look of the copper grating and how flush it is, I say I'm going to probably prefer this design. Oops. So we'll quickly fill this in. Really shouldn't be standing on it because I don't want to get stuck. Whee! As I go bouncing away. So we'll do something like that. And we may fix it in a second. So it looks like it's coming out from under the house and pouring in here. When I take that out, I'm just going to add that block in. So it can say like it's trickling through. Okay, so this area here is going to be kind of like a mishmash of things. So basically some of his experiments that went wrong, some contraptions he was trying to build, kind of like, a mad scientist lived here and died from unknown circumstances. And, in the village, which is right across the way, believes something horrible happened and now this place is cursed. So let's see. Why don't we put the experimental stuff here? So let's see. Let's look through our things. So I definitely do want to use some of the copper doors again. And I want to kind of do two tones of colors, kind of like make crate for the animals. Get rid of this. I like to keep my inventory as clean as possible. I'm going to come in here to the colored blocks. And let's build with window panes. I don't want a really thick glass block. Let's take the black, put that there. Let's say some of our more undesirable animals we'll put behind there. And let's grab our copper again. And we'll give kind of a thicker cage for those we don't want to escape. So, I mean, we don't want to be inhumane. We do want to give them room to move around. Oops. Oh, it is still kind of inhumane because they do get rained on and they're never let out. It's not something I would personally ever do. I seem to be having a little bit of trouble working with this tonight. I have a new mouse and I'm still trying to get used to it. Oops. So you might see a lot of double clicking or mistakes. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but a lot of the mice for the computers or mouses, however you want to call it, I find it almost too big for my hand. And it gets really annoying because then I can't work comfortably on them. And I get hand cramps and all that fun stuff. I was all set to buy another Red Dragon one, but they didn't have the model I used. They no longer make that, so kind of made me sad. So it's going to land hopefully on there. Now we're going to take a look at our spawn eggs. Actually, let's just type zombie and see what we get. We have a head, horse, villager, pig. I thought we had a zombified pig. Was it just piglin? Maybe the pig is something else. Okay. And I don't know if it'll let me spawn a piglin brute or a zombified piglin because I am in peaceful mode, so we'll have to give it a shot and find out. Nope, it won't. Okay. Darn. That might put a hole in my plans. Well, we can always use the pig. Sorry, piggy. But I'm sure there's other ones we could use that aren't violent. We're definitely not using cave spiders. I do not like spiders. I do have arachnophobia. I'm not sure I want to do a husky. What? would a mad scientist use? Okay, let's do a pig. I guess he would all. Well, the rabbits will move inside. Trying to think of which stuff really isn't violent. Skeleton horse shouldn't be. Maybe he does do something with the turtle. Okay, so he has that poor piggy there. Sorry, piggy. Let's just say he's one of the survivors of the experiments. So let's put our next one here. And this one I'm going to make a little bit smaller. This is going to be tricky with my bridge not my bridge, my fence right there. We'll fix that with a debug stick. Let's see. It's a little bit too big, I think. Let's knock it down like that. Helps if you hit Shift, Luna. There we go. And let's do one more. Yeah, that's fine like that, so we'll bring that across. Actually, no, let's do. If it's too big, I'll fix it. I mean, nobody's really going to come over and check what this guy did. I mean, I'm a curious person, but looking at this house, I don't think I'd be coming over here. So we have a pig. Don't want to do... Let's see, will it let me do the horse? So now the horse has a little crate to hang out in. Of course, I did pick the wrong color. But that's okay. And he just walked through the trapdoors. Oh dear. Okay. There is more than one way to solve a problem. That was just too funny. Let's grab a lead so he doesn't run away. Although he's working very hard at it. And let's see, can we time to our fence here? No, we can't. So I'm just going to grab a temporary fence post. Smack it down there. And tie our horse there. That is going to be too dark. I'm not talking about the time of day. I'm talking about the windows. So we're going to switch that to the clear white, not the black. Okay, let's try the other window. Let's try the window block. Not my ideal one that I like to go to, but now we're going to stick with the panes, even though they are a pain. Okay, so we're going to take care of Mr. Horsey. Sorry, guy. Didn't want to. So hopefully now he won't be able to sneak out. So let's get our, now try our glass blocks. Don't you love it when you have plans and they do not go how you expect them to? Oops. Oh, look at me in that tone. So we'll just knock off that part of the block. And I think there's a way you can get rid of this with a woohoo debug stick. Hope the pig doesn't squeeze out. Let's make it so the horse can stick his head out. No escaping zombified pig. Okay. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to knock out this area a little bit more. I think this is where we're going to put our skeleton horse. So we're going to have to redecorate a little bit, adding in some rooted dirt. So I do want to kind of make it separate. Okay, I'm going to let's take a look at some fence. Actually, we're not going to do the traditional fence with the horses. We're going to do the iron bars and the mossy cobblestone. So I'm just going to stick them kind of like in the corners here. I mean, because this guy really didn't think things through. So things were kind of built in a rush when one of his experiments made a mistake. Or failed, not made a mistake. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool to have a skeleton horse. I don't know, I'm kind of weird. Okay. Sorry, my mind drew a blank for a second. Does that a lot. Work was kind of crazy today. good way, not a bad way. So we're going to add the skeleton horse in there. Oh, he's kind of cool looking. I'll have to get equipment and see if I can ride him, although his hind legs aren't attached. Or maybe it's just the angle I'm on. They don't quite, the texture doesn't quite work. Oops. Oops-a-doops. All right. Let me get a quick drink. So next, I think I will put a little garden over here. Because, you know, the mad scientist does need a place to get his ingredients from. So, we'll kind of do, I guess, every other row. Oops. I mean, it's not going to be a very big garden. Because I do want to put a couple more things in here. So let's go back to the nature blocks. And let's do a mixture of coarse dirt, podzol, because I would like him to have some mushrooms. And maybe mud in between. So we're going to have them, like, you know, kind of grow in coarse dirt. So let's see. Let's alternate between the coarse dirt and the podzol for now. And throw in some coarse dirt. And in between we're going to throw in mycelium, not... No, let's do... Ooh. That doesn't look good. So let's come back here. Mycelium. Rooted dirt. Let's just do the regular dirt this time. That should hopefully look better. Did it switch over? Yes, it did. I didn't plant enough stuff on it quickly enough. All right, so let's go look at creepy plants. And they don't necessarily have to be plants, so let's just have them growing some amethyst. And make sure we do different sizes. Let's don't forget the itty bitty one. Let's do a warped mushroom. And let's do a chrism. I don't think he'd have regular mushrooms. Maybe some warped roots. Okay, where is... I missed it. It must be among my flowers. I missed the wither rose. It's because it's a little bit different in this mod pack. So I'm using City's mod pack. As I said, it kind of gives a medieval feel. Oops. That's what I didn't want to do. Where is... Okay. Let's add the regular dirt in here. And grab the coarse dirt here. So in here we're going to add some wither roots. And we're going to do some crimson mushrooms here. And at the end we're just going to add some more of the regular dirt, and then we're going to add the wither rose. I just figured that's something he's going to have. Just once I get on the right angle. And I don't think I've used the wither rose. Oh, that is cool looking. So just kind of take a quick look. So there is his garden. Okay, let's add in let's do a wheelbarrow. Let's kind of come here and clear out again. Guys are probably getting tired of seeing that. I know there's a quicker way to do it, but I don't want to lose my debug stick. I'm really bad at typing in codes. For some reason with the debug stick. The time one and the weather one does not seem to be an issue. So let's go to the functional block. So we want a grindstone. Let's see. We also probably want a hopper. So we have a minecart with a hopper, but we want a regular hopper. And we want a fence. So let's do well, actually not a fence. We want a gate. Dark oak. Can you guess what I'm building? I'm going to try to build a wheelbarrow. I say try because I've never built one this way. So this ought to be fun. Oops. You'll hear that a lot tonight. Okay, maybe sometimes if you don't stand at the right angle. Okay. I know there's a way to do this. I have done it before. There we go. So there's our wheelbarrow. What should we put in the hopper? That is a very good question. Just going to stand on this grindstone for a second. So let's see. We can do let's figure out, let's pick a couple and see which one looks good. Let's do a pumpkin. Or let's do a skeleton. Just to see. I think we got a shift click on that one. Let's do the skeleton head. I think that'll just be kind of creepy and go with our vibe. If I can get it lined up in there. There we go. Okay, and let's say he had some servants to help him, but not the traditional human brainwashed zombie ones. He wanted something that'd be much more loyal. So let's make him some robots. So once again, we're going to go to the copper. Why don't we do it like he's been out in the weather for a while? So we're going to do weather chiseled copper. Excuse me. Let's look up a lever for the arms. The auto crafter. Oh, that's a nice shell. Okay. So here's the auto crafter, because that does have a nice face on it. And let's look up redstone to make it look like it has a little beacon. And definitely have to get another fence gate. Actually, let's just type in gate. See which one would be good. Probably I would say the spruce gates. So we're going to put him up here. I do want him to be kind of a surprise. Oh, he does look cool like that. That would make a cool block. Make him smile a bit. So there's his little helper. Kind of cute, but yet terrifying. Let's give him a bit more design. I don't really like the feet, but I don't think there's not much else I can use for his legs. I don't think stairs would work. I don't think they take up one block. Let's see. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Unless I put a block under it and in between. Well, let's redo this guy. So let's go get a spruce stairs and a spruce stripped block. So put him there. Let's move him back up. Put him there. A foot there. A foot there. He's going to be really tall. Whoops. That just cracks me up. Oh, no, I got a better idea. I got a better idea. This is why my builds take so long. I always get better ideas. Drop down here for a second. This way he can roll around. Don't forget to give him his little antenna so he can receive orders. And let's decorate him a bit more. Let's give him some... Oh, let's try a glow item. I haven't used those much. So there's a glow item frame. And maybe let's try some redstone on him. Let's see how that looks. Okay, let me get my shears. So all I got to do is shift click and that should make the item flame disappear. I don't know. Nah, not feeling it. Let's take a look at other items and see. So let's come into and check out ingredients. They have some cool glowing stuff we can use. Well, not glowing, but heart of the sea, ender pearl, rabbit's foot. Let's see, what would be a good... I'd like it if we had a ruby. But at last we don't. Let's do the netherite scrap on one side. And I don't know. No, I think the ender pearl would look a little bit better. Yeah, now that looks like he's got like a little button. Let's see, maybe we can get a lantern to hang from them. Now, sometimes you can do that with the levers, or you have to make it a soul lantern. Okay, let me grab a chain. We may be too short. I'm trying to remember how I did this the other day, and I can't, so. Yeah, we can't put a frame on it. So there is our wandering robot. I guess he takes care of the garden. Or maybe he patrols the ground waiting for intruders to come by. Either way, he's a mixture of cute and scary. So we're going to come over here now. And we're going to make a little brewing area for our mad scientists. Clear everything out for a second. I realize I'm saying that a lot tonight and I have no idea why. So let's grab our soul campfire, our cauldron, and let's see. Let's add an end rod in there just for fun. Ooh, I just heard a noise. Let's add a gate. Actually, I don't think that we need a gate. I think we need a fence. If I can spell. Oh my goodness. Let's try the nether brick just to change up the... Oops. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes I do have trouble figuring out how stuff should go. And let's put in some water in our cauldron. Oh no, better yet, let's put lava in. And we're going to change that if we can. I don't always like to use cauldrons. I do like to change it up. So let's try either a spruce trapdoor or a dark oak. So I'll take this one away for a second. So who knows what he's making. It also gives off a nice light source. So these aren't lightning rods. These are some divine magic calling structures. Maybe runes? Yeah, that's it. Runes. Well, the runes are small stones. 1, 2, 3. I think that's 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's 3. Okay, very neat. have our robots. Well, robot. We have our failed test subjects. I'm going to do something about that horse. I don't like how that one looks. That area looks. So let's take a look at our fence and see which type of fence we can use. And we're going to stick with another brick. I'm just going to slowly replace and hope he doesn't escape like last time. If I can hit the ground right. Oh my goodness. Don't you escape now. Don't want you going around terrifying the villagers. We don't want to have another Frankenstein incident. Yeah, so I don't know, what are you guys watching for spooky season? I know at some point I'm going to have to watch House of Wax with Vincent Price. I love Vincent Price. Let's see, House of Wax. Probably, well, Raven's not really a horror movie. It's considered, well, I don't know. It does have Vincent Price in it. Peter Lorre. Oh, and I forget the other guy's name, and I should know him because he's another master of horror. Ah! Sorry, horse. I'm not trying to take it out, I promise. Oh, that's now going to bother me for the rest of the night. Ugh. So the other one I'll watch, horse scared me there, would be Comedy of Terrors. Not the best movie ever made, but very funny. It's a good time. Not that many people like it. There again, the partnership of Vincent Price and Peter Lorre. I have no idea what it is about those two, but they absolutely crack me up. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, my one pillar there was lopsided. Yeah, but as I was saying, I do love the partnership between Peter Lorre and Vincent Price. Those two can crack me up in a heartbeat. Let's see, what other ones do I like? So I did The Raven, House of Wax. I kind of like the old corny horror movies or bad movies. I think one of my other favorite ones is, and this is not a good movie by far, but if you want a wild time, would be, and it's a very, there again, Vincent Price, but he's only in it for 15 minutes. And the only thing anybody can ever remember about watching this movie is Vincent Price, is Bloodbath at the House of Death. I mean, it's one of those you keep watching thinking it's got to get better, and it never does. But that is a wild good time. What other ones are good? So we're going to put something strange in here. Well, like there's not enough strange stuff. So let's say he built a he grew a cactus. How he grew a cactus outside the desert? Nobody knows. Ah! Let's give it some nice flowers. Let's take a look at the ingredients. No, let's go back to the regular flowers because I do believe we have pink petals. Let's go back and grab my item frame. Yeah, so those are my go-to horror movies I need to watch. It's funny, a couple of years ago, if you said something about me watching horror movies, I would have told you were nuts. That doesn't look good. I used to be absolutely terrified of anything horror related till I actually started watching them with my gamer group. Oh, excuse me, my gamer group. And I'm like, hey, they're not that bad. Let's get it situated right. I mean, do I still like slasher very bloody movies? No. If they're too bloody, I throw up. Did I just misplace one of those? Sounded like I did, but I guess I didn't. I guess it glitched out for a second, didn't want me to put one there. So we'll go grab my shears. We're doing a lot of shearing tonight. The person I saw did this, and I can't remember who. I think it was Prism on YouTube. He used the amethyst crystals. I really didn't like how that looked. But this, while not perfect, I think gives a unique look. Or you always would be, or we can try this. Let's try some of the dead coral. That may look a bit better. Let's do a quick test shot. Yeah, I forgot we can only do the dead coral on the top. We may be able to do it on the side if we hit like this. Hey, there we go. 4. Welcome to my world where the ore gets said a lot and done a lot. Hi. So what you saw me do with the pink flowers may work in your Minecraft worlds, especially if you're using the oh my goodness, sorry guys, especially if you're using the default resources. Okay, so let's take a look at the area. I do want to go and grab some wither skulls and some soul lanterns just to keep the lighting accurate across the front and the back. So we'll put one in the middle of the garden. Oopsies. How did I do those? I forgot. Okay, now I remember. Now I remember I just did the procedure wrong. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's do one over the horse's pen. And you know what? Let's be fun and do one over the swamp. Or, I don't know why I keep calling that a swamp tonight. The toxic waste pond. So before we go and do a couple things inside, I'm just going to switch it to night so we can see what it looks like. Actually, let me just take a quick fly through during the day so you guys can see. When I do get done this entire build, I will do a walkthrough video. Right now, I am planning on writing a book that kind of documents this whole process from the mad scientist's point of view. Just something fun to do. I don't know, maybe I'll upload this world. Not sure. I do have a couple friends that want to play it. So I'll have to see. Okay. So let's zip to the front again. Stopping to take a look at the eyeballs. Nope, we want night. Midnight to be exact. That does look really good at night. Well, I think it does. Let me know what you think in the comments. Feedback is greatly appreciated. Negative or positive, I do want to grow this channel. So if I'm doing something that is annoying or doesn't look right, like if I'm making you guys get motion sickness, please let me know. All right, so let's go inside our house. So I did add a new feature as you come inside. Love the crying obsidian. So I added pressure plates, so it automatically opens. But when it closes, you can't get back out. I want you trapped in here. Rather creepy, yes. So sorry about that, if that scares you. So this fireplace right here is really going to be for like the second floor. But I do want to, oops, I think I did that wrong. I thought they had added. I am going to leave the gap probably there. Just for the fun of it. I don't really have to worry about monsters spawning in there. But we are definitely going to go back now. Oops! I fell in my giant hole. So we want red nether brick stairs. Now we're going to grab a sign. Let's do a crimson sign. Let's grab, I don't know, what color ink dye should we use? Red or green? Which would be creepier? Let's do green this time. Let's grab both, red and green, and see which one works the best. Glow. I'm going to grab a glow sack. Okay, so I'm going to knock out some of these bricks and kind of add, well, not kind of, but add some stairs so it looks like it's falling apart. I mean, nobody's lived there. They're not going to maintain. Let's make a big hole there. So we're going to come down here. So I do want to make sure I'm at eye level. I don't think I can throw a sign up there. Oops. Kind of make it so that looks like something is staring back at you. That's not going to work. The glow ink is stronger than I thought. Oh, that is funny. So we're going to go to our next step, which we're going to try item frames. Actually, I meant a glowing item frame. And let's come in here and see. Well, none of that stuff is going to look like eyes. Let's try either the Ender Pearl. Eye of Ender, that's kind of a given. Let's try netherite scrap. Also, let me grab my shears before I forget. Make sure I didn't leave any lights in here. They're too big. Okay. So let's get a little bit creative. Well, that. Ooh. Oh, we don't want the flower there. Okay, so I'm going to move them down a bit. So let's just check to make sure that's going to work. Oh, we're not going to. Oh, that's because. Wait. Okay. Okay, so we're going to grab a slab. Have to figure out how to get in there. So we do. So now to make it a bit creepier, I am going to change some of the blocks to like a black color block, just to make it look a little bit darker. Probably the best one would probably be the black wool. Well, we'll have to fix that later. So I was trying to avoid doing. So we'll just have to double layer the fireplace outside certain spots. Yeah, I don't think you can get into... Oh, we also got to do the floor. Darn it. This is how I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm missing big details like that. Okay. So there we go for creepy eyes. The only way we can get outside now is if we jump down the hall. So, whoop! That's not what we're doing right now. So I do want to bring the fireplace here out to here. And let me grab some wool. Actually, I want the red wool. So I use this when I'm doing any diagonals, so I know what blocks to knock out. Start building our fireplace here. Kind of made it really big. Not sure it should have been that big. But so here I'm going to make kind of a fancy design. So we get to the back, so we don't want to make it hard to build up our fireplace. Something like that. Why does that look off? Because it is. As you can tell, I have never built a fireplace this big before. So there is going to be a little bit of issues here and there. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish off this fireplace and then we're going to call it a night. As I do want to do a lot of, I'm thinking custom made furniture and banners and stuff, and that's going to take a while. Just making sure my placement's right. So can we get fancy with it? Kind of do this. See how that looks? Not bad. We'll do a little shelf there. And then at the top, we'll do a little bit of another design with the stairs, just to give the next floor above support. It does look like we could wholly jump in there and have a very cook a whole moose in there. So that's so now I'm gonna look up nether. No, I don't want nether rock. Soul sand, because that's what soul sand or soul soil, which I think soul soil burns blue too. I mean, this isn't a normal house. Maybe he uses this people's souls to heat his home. I don't think anybody's going to run into a burning fireplace, are they? I hope not. I mean, I know people do crazy stuff, but we'll put a little bit. There we go. Okay, thank you so very much for coming to this live stream. On Friday's video, which hopefully will run should run a little bit longer because I have the weekend off, we'll probably decorate this first floor and probably turn this into the living room and kitchen and dining area. That I haven't totally worked out how we're going to do, because I would like it's a little bit creepy, not your typical peekaboo. But anyway, so thank you, as I said, thank you so very, very much. And if I can never align this, if you have any questions or concerns, well, I hope we don't have any concerns about what I'm doing, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Suggestions, please put them. If you're just coming in on this now, I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, Creating with Una, and it should be up tomorrow by 7 p.m. Thank you, and have a great evening. Bye!